So this video is about 5 things for you to consider or for you to think about before you move to seminary in 2020. The first is don't wait to make the decision to go to seminary until you find a job in the city or the town or wherever the heck the seminary is. Don't wait until you find a job. Just pull the trigger, make the decision to go. It's a lot easier to find a job in the place that you're living. And also, you're going to be relying on God's provision. If you feel that God is in the move, you have to make sure that you allow Him to be God and provide for you in these situations. It can be scary, but don't wait to go to seminary. Don't wait to make the move until you have a job, because most likely you never will make the move, because finding a job from across the country or wherever it is can be a lot more difficult than just being 5 minutes down the street from the local Walmart or wherever you're going to end up working. Second one is prepare your family. So this video is more geared towards those who have a family, those who have been already in full-time ministry or a full-time job. And most likely you probably might already have a family. You might have a wife, you might have some kids, you might have a dog. You just need to make sure that before you make the move, before you pack everyone up in the van or whatever, that everyone is aware of what's going on. Make sure that everyone is very aware. Make sure that everyone knows what and where and how you're going to get there. Make it a fun experience. Have fun with it. Make it a week-long trip. See some sights. Make it an adventure for all who are involved. If it's just you and your wife, you and your husband, just go find some cool things on the way there. If it's you and your kids and your dog, you might not want to spend so much time in the car, but find some cool things. Make it a memory for this move. Another one is, while you're still in your place of employment, take full advantage and utilize all of your health insurance and all your health benefits that you may have. If you have good vision and dental insurance, use them. Get new glasses. Get your teeth fixed. Get that all taken care of before you make the move to seminary, because once you get here, your insurance may not exactly be as good as it is now. You may not have the type of benefits that you're used to. Money is going to be tight. You might not be able to afford a new pair of glasses or a year's supply of contacts, or you might not be able to afford to get that tooth capped while you're here, or any sort of thing like that. Now, if your insurance is through the marketplace already, I'm not quite sure how that might change. I know it's a year-to-year thing, so if I don't know, but it'd be something to consider, especially while you have a job, while you're working and you're stable. Take care of all those things that you might have put off, because once you get to seminary, resources are going to be limited, and so will your time. The fourth thing is, do as much as you can on the front end of your transition as possible. So what I mean by this is, get as much squared away as you can while you're still where you're living before you make the move. Try to get a place in town, or probably have an apartment lined up before you get here, or a house lined up before you get here. If you're looking to buy a house, I know it's a lot more strenuous, but make sure you have a plan. Plan everything out beforehand. Don't leave it all up in the air. The more up in the air it is, the more stressful it is going to be on everyone. Just plan everything out ahead of time. Research the city, research the area that you're moving to, have some cool facts, be able to get your family excited about where you're going and some of the cool things that they're going to be able to see and experience that they might not have had elsewhere. And one thing that we did that helped tremendously was I started researching local churches around the school almost as soon as I decided to move. It really helped with the transition. To be able to have a list of churches that we wanted to check out, a list of churches that we knew were solid, based off a reading of their statement of faith and their website and those sorts of things. Some seminaries have even a listing of where their faculty attend and serve at. I know Midwestern's did, and that's how I was able to kind of compile a list of local churches that would be healthy, would be good for us to attend, and help sanctify us while we're here attending school and doing other things. That's how we found our first choice, and that's the choice, and that's the church that we became members at. So just know the local churches and the things around that you can look forward to being a part of, look forward to experiencing, and just take care of as much on the front end as you can. Some things might be more difficult than others, but just do your best to take care of this stuff up front. Get as many ends tied, so when you get here, there's not as much stuff to be running around to do. Especially if you're moving close to the beginning of the semester, you don't want to have all the other life issues and other life things happening at the same time as you beginning a whole new season of life, starting homework, you're reading, you're studying, all at the same time. Give yourself some time to make the transition well. Which would go into another thing. I didn't write this down, but give yourself time to make your transition. If you can, move into the town or the city or move to the campus earlier than the semester begins. I know some campuses might have a little bit more variance as far as when you're allowed to move in or not. My wife and I moved into our apartment 2 weeks before the semester started. It was a perfect amount of time. We were able to get settled. We were able to move everything in. We were able to get a feel for the city and the stuff around us. My wife was able to get comfortable with her job, all before the semester started, and was incredibly helpful. So give yourself time. I know people who moved in at the beginning of the summer and took the whole summer off to get just used to the city and to get moved in and get comfortable with where they're at before the semester started. And I think it's beneficial if you can do that at all. And then finally, perhaps the biggest point of this all is trust God in this transition. If you've been praying and you feel that this is a move that God has placed on your heart, a move that God is with you in, trust Him. Like I said with number one, don't wait on finding a job. Don't wait to find a job before you make the move. If you feel God is leading you and you feel like He's in the move, trust Him. Look, seminary professors and the pastors, they're all understanding of your situation. They're all going to know that this is a time where resources are going to be scarce. Resources are going to be tied up in all sorts of different things. Just understand that God will provide for these things. It'll be tough financially, intellectually, spiritually, and morally. No doubt are you going to have tough times with your family. No doubt are you going to have late nights. No doubt are you going to have trouble paying bills at points. All these things are going to come up, and all these things God will continue to reveal Himself to you through His provision, through His providence. Just trust in His provision, trust in His sovereignty, trust in His plan. If He has you moving to the seminary for more preparation for ministry or whatever it is that you feel God is leading you to, if He's leading you to this place, this transition, if He's leading you through it, then this is a place that He wants you, and He will provide, and He will care for you in ways that you may not understand. And finally, just look forward to the ways that God is going to reveal Himself through this new experience, through this new life season. You'll be amazed at the ways that God is working behind the scenes to make things work out for you. So just rejoice, be at peace knowing that God is for you and that He's working all things for your good and His glory. So those are my 5 tips for anyone who is moving into seminary in 2020. I hope you find it to be beneficial. And I hope that your move goes well. And if you have any questions or concerns, if you just need help or someone to pray for you, feel free to leave a comment. Like and subscribe to this channel if you feel that this was helpful and at all. And feel free to comment any future topics that you'd want us to cover. So we hope you have a great night. We hope you have a great day and just an amazing transition and an amazing season as you contemplate the move into seminary.